and this was actually sent to me from the Discord for the React request. This is Secret Invasion pitch meeting by pitch meeting. Sorry for the YT chat covering up that screen there. That's, yeah, Secret Invasion pitch meeting by pitch meeting.
So, you got some new Marvel stuff for me?
Well, actually, sir, I thought maybe we could take a little break. You know, we've been churning out so much content. I think everybody could use a little breather.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Right?
All right, that should about do it.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm thinking we do a Secret Invasion show.
Nice. That makes sense, because it's like that's literally the break that we've been getting between Marvel projects, right? I think the Marvels is right around the corner if they haven't, delayed it for the third, fourth, or fifth time. I can't keep track of all of these shifting dates.
Oh, the shape-shifting Skrull storyline from the comics? That's the one.
So Nick Fury's gonna come back to Earth, and let me tell you, he's old and miserable now.
As all protagonists should be.
Yeah, and so he's gonna meet up with Maria Hill. Remember her?
Oh, yeah, we only got snippets of their partnership in the movies. It'll be cool to dive into that a bit more.
Yeah, for sure. So she dies.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
This is one of the things I was most upset about with the series. It's like, why would you bring her in if you're just gonna kill her right off? Like, bruh.
Right away.
Dang it.
See, it turns out that some Skrulls are evil now, and there's a little faction of rebels that want to start World War III.
What are they rebelling against? Nick Fury. What do you mean?
See, he and Captain Marvel had promised to find them a new planet, but after looking around for like 2 years, they were like, no, there's nothing out there. There's no planets at all.
Why don't they work something out like the Asgardians to have their own little place on Earth?
Unclear. So now this Skrull named Gravik is in charge, and he hates Nick Fury and Talos.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Talos' daughter Gaia is going to be a part of this group, but then she's going to realize, hey, maybe the Skrulls that want to kill a bunch of people aren't super nice.
She's gonna switch sides. She is. Amazing.
But what's interesting? Maybe there's a hint of racism here, because she doesn't leave the group because she doesn't leave the funny thing is, like, Gaia doesn't leave the group because Gravik is killing people. She leaves the group because Gravik is killing Skrull. And that, my friends, is textbook racism.
I mean, I think I kind of remember him from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he was in that.
And, maybe a post-credit scene. There's no way I'm checking. Totally fair. Anyway, so then Rhodey the Skrull advises the U.S. president to drop a big old bomb on the Skrull hideout in Russia, which would start World War III.
Uh-oh.
And so Gravik tells Fury, hey, I'll call off the strike if you bring me all the superhero DNA you scraped off the endgame battlefield, you big DNA collecting weirdo. So hey, why doesn't Nick Fury call the Avengers? That's kind of his move, isn't it? We're actually gonna address that. Fury's gonna be like, no, this is way too personal. I gotta do this myself. And also, we can't rely on superheroes all the time. He's gonna risk the end of the world because he feels like this is a personal situation.
That's right. It's personal. No superpowers.
So
what
does
he
that's silly.
do?
He sends guys
I did not think about it like that until then, but that's just silly. That's just silly.
to go get superpowers and fight the fight for him. So Gaia shapeshifts into Nick Fury and goes to this super radioactive hideout and pretends to be dying from radiation and whatnot.
Okay.
And so then when Gravik gives him
Not gonna lie, in that scene, I didn't mind that Nick Fury was there at all. People were like, oh, why would Nick Fury walk into an area filled with radiation? I was like, bro, he's Nick Fury. He probably took 1,000,000 iodine pills or something before he walked over there. I figured that was Nick Fury, but I also figured that he was pretending to be hurt by the radiation.
himself the powers, it also gives them to Gaia.
What if he had just shot Fury or not kept him inside the machine with him?
Well, it worked, so get all the way off my back about the plan, and then it's time for a final showdown between these two.
It's time for Nick Fury's personal fight.
That's right, and so Gaia and Gravik start punching each other with a bunch of recognizable superpowers.
Like what?
Well, like Gaia flexes Drax's muscly arm with the tattoos. Are his tattoos a part of his DNA? Hey, shut up, and she has Ghost's powers, you know, Ghost.
Ghost couldn't really control those powers and also wasn't at the endgame battle.
Hey, shut up, and Mantis' mind control powers to put Gravik to sleep.
How does she know how to use those powers?
Hey, shut up, and Ebony Maw's magic rings.
How are rings a part of someone's DNA?
Hey, shut up. Hey, shut up. Haven't we established that magic is something you learn?
I forgot. I forgot how bad that was. Because in isolation, the fight scene wasn't that bad, but now that I'm thinking about it, like, that's just plain awful. You gave this person superhero powers that traditionally superheroes have to learn, and she can just intuitively, use them. like as if she's like She-Hulk or something. Like, like what?
Hey, shut up.
Well, okay then.
Okay, great. So punch, 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 power beam, punch, 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 backflip, probably.
Very exciting.
But hey, if they both have those extremist healing powers, it's gonna be hard for one of them to win.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yes, the guy is gonna punch a big hole in his chest, and so that does it. He's dead now.
Why does that do it if he has healing power?
Exactly. This was my point. This was my point. Although they could very easily bring him back to life, and I think that would fix that problem entirely. Also, giving, I don't know, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, maybe all of the Marvels, you know, a potentially massive big baddie that they could fight in maybe the Marvels too, where it's all three of them against one person who has, you know, a bajillion superpowers. That would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it, Marvel? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I dare you to use this idea. I dare you. I dare you to use this idea. Anyways, let's get back on track.
Because the fight's over now. That worked. Oh, okay. Oh, and while that's happening, there's going to be a tense showdown between Fury and Rhodey and the President.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and Fury's going to be trying to convince the President that this freaking guy's a Skrull.
Wow, if only there was a way for them to identify the Skrulls.
Well, throughout the whole show, they're going to be shooting Skrulls because they bleed purple, so that, you know, shows it.
Why not do that now?
Because this way we can have a couple of minutes of manufactured tension.
Smart.
And so after those couple of minutes are over, Fury's going to shoot Rhodey and reveal he's a Skrull. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Then the President's going to go on TV and declare all off-world species as enemy combatants.
Oh, he is.
And people are going to go nuts. There's going to be vigilantes running around shooting political leaders and stuff, trying to find the Skrulls. It's going to be absolute chaos and paranoia. You know, that actually sounds like a more interesting Secret Invasion show. Yeah, well, Nick Fury has to leave Earth now, so we're not doing that.
He's leaving?
But he arguably showed up and made the situation a whole lot worse. Yeah, so now he's got to go. He's got to get out of there.
All right.
So what do you think?
I think it sounds like a pretty good show.
And hey, I'm picturing some cool, like, AI-generated intro credits. That'll really be cool. Oh, you're starting to use AI for stuff, huh? Yeah, but you don't have anything to worry about. We're just going to start using it for stuff like art and, you know, ideas and acting and voice acting, background acting, script writing.
Oh, please don't.
No, I mean, AI is getting really good. What's the alternative? Pay fair wages to human people for all the jobs you just mentioned?
You sound insane.
We don't do that now.
I know.
Anyway, let's spend $200 million on this and reshoot a bunch of it and chop it up in the editing room and dump it on a streaming service. We can do no wrong, and this system has no flaws.
Okay, well, hold on. To be fair, though, the reason why this movie cost this much money to make is that they basically reshot the whole show. So it was supposed to cost like $100 million or so, but they needed to do heavy reshoots. Apparently, they started filming this before the war in Ukraine, and because of the like heavy connections that the series has to Ukraine and Russia, it was just too realistic, and they were like, this is too close to home. We can't do this plot anymore. Part of me wonders if actually the ending of the series was actually supposed to be the beginning to an extent. But they like reworked some of it, like all of like the humans shooting each other and stuff. Like part of me wonders if that was actually the main thing altogether. Because that would have been amazing. And it does feel like something completely different than like the rest of the series. So I am salty, just like Mr. Pitch Meeting here. I am salty that they did not capitalize on that idea.
Hi everybody, Ryan George here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that pitch meeting.
Ryan George! His name is Ryan George. My bad. But anyways,